Hi, my name's Ashley Talton. I'd like to talk to you today about an introduction to initiatives and referendums in the direct democracy in Arizona Constitution. An initiative is a process by which citizens are allowed to bypass their legislature and place proposed statutes that people can then put into constitutional laws on their state ballot. A referendum is a little bit of a different process in which citizens can veto or remove a law by gathering signatures that is then placed on the ballot. So they have a direct line to what they want in their democracy. Um, Initiative, there are two types. One is a direct process of initiatives, which involves the proposed bill going straight to the ballot. And then the indirect process of initiatives involves the proposed bill going to legislation first and then going to ballot if legislation passes, of course. A referendum is created by a voter petition that starts to propose a bill. It can veto a bill. It can do also part of law as well. So if citizens want to get rid of those, that's an option. By gathering signatures, though, in place of the proposed bill on the ballot. If the legislator passes a vote that voters didn't approve of, citizens can gather signatures and actually demand a popular vote on law. This is normally a 90-day period after the law is passed in which petitioning must take place. So only after that 90 days of the bill can that happen. Also, a referendum is process has two types. There's obligatory and optional. And obligatory is either mandatory or optional depending on the state. And legislation that doesn't require a popular vote can still be on the ballot is optional. So when a referendum is obligatory, it's when certain classes of legislature can be referred to as a popular vote for approval or rejection. Um, Both are created kind of the same, where both need signatures and both are needing them to go to ballot to be able to vote on. But when you look at the two and separate them out a little bit more, a referendum can collect signatures and use the popular vote option to approve or repeal an act of legislature. But there are 24 states that have the popular referendum option. They are considered less controversial than citizen initiatives and are approved more often by voters than a citizen initiative and receive higher votes as well. A referendum or referral also has the option of the advisory referendum, in which the legislature and or government place a question on the ballot just to receive voter opinion. So it's not actually that those bills are going into law per se, it is that they are being voted on just to see what the public likes about the bill or another bill or what they don't like, and they can have that say into their democracy. And then with initiatives, there are also 24 states that include the initiative process in their constitutions. Two types are direct and indirect. Like stated before, the direct process consists of proposals that go directly on the ballot, while indirect proposals go to legislator. With an initiative, citizens can shape through voting. So that's actually quite amazing. The pros and cons of referendums and initiatives, they can be used to resolve political issues, and they can also be used to focus on one issue at a time. So instead of focusing on many issues over the same umbrella term or whatever, then you can just do one issue instead and just focus down and narrow that. It provides also a check on legislature from preventing it from passing unpopular laws. So since citizens have the rights to get involved with their democracy more, they can actually pass their own laws in a way that way so it's remains on a popular vote and everybody gets a say. Citizens can also propose new policies that maybe not are thought of by um, legislature at all, and they might come up with new ideas that are really awesome that want to be passed to everyone else and maybe want to be voted on. But there are some cons. Some issues are too complex for the average voter to understand. So sometimes they might get confused by the ballot themselves and what the bill is actually proposing. So if the democracy itself doesn't have a good explanation of what those bills are and what they're voting on, voters can become quite confused in understanding what they're actually voting on. And then some actually worry too that the wealthy organizations may use their resources to promote their own agenda or their own issues, and that is a chance you may run. Voters may also focus on short-term benefits of the bill compared to long-term benefits. So they're just looking at the little minor changes and not looking at the full picture of what is going to happen with this bill long term. And this initiatives and referendums have a lot to do with direct democracy. Direct democracy lets people vote on important issues that may be overlooked by representatives and representative parties. They can petition, they can vote for an approval or refusal of a bill, along with the removal of law. And that's exactly what direct democracy is. It is people having their own voice within their own democracy. Hopefully that clears up any questions for you, and I thank you for your time. Bye.